Hey, what's up guys? Maori here with episode 10 of Magia Record. So, with the last episode, we are finally complete with the introduction of the main cast. We got all 5 of our group now, with Sana being the final member, right? At least I think that's what the concept is, 5, such as the original 5 in the OG series. I mean, I do know that these 5 are the main cast, so I'm assuming that they are going to work together as a team, right? Beyond that, we also got some new people from the Magius, which hopefully they will properly introduce in this episode. Speaking of which, I don't think that this current arc is complete yet with the way that things ended last episode. You would think that it would be okay. We brought Sana out of the place. We rescued her, and then maybe she's gonna come into the lodging house, and then everybody's gonna live happily ever after, fighting together against the witches and against the rumors, right? But with the way things ended last episode, I don't think we're entirely in the clear yet. Probably we still have a few more battles coming up in this one. So let's get into it and see. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Now the fact that Sana uses a shield really reminds me a lot of some other works that are going on this season. Shield wielding ladies. Oh. Gotta change in art style. Oh, this is her original father, right? I'm assuming that's what that is. Oh. Alright, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Right. And then now what? How exactly are you gonna... Okay. Well, I already forgot her name. What was her name again? The green-haired girl. Yeah, that's why I'm hoping that they are going to properly reintroduce themselves in this episode. Like, how can you blame me? She literally came out of nowhere last episode, was on screen for all of, like, what, 20 seconds, and then immediately left? Like, come on. By the way, it's been a while since we've seen the other 3. Are you gonna see 5 now in the opening? Oh, no. Sorry, still only 4. Well, makes sense. Like I said, we haven't exactly completed her arc yet, right? So maybe after this. After this episode. Oh, that's not creepy at all. So now this stuff is actually something to do with technology? Got a sci-fi aspect into it now. Ooh. Anti-gra- wait, magnetism. Okay. Well, they're certainly quite lucky that they got sucked in. Ooh. That's quite an interesting ability. Like some kind of interdimensional pocket? What is Oh my god. Did they really need to make that thing walk around? Whatever. It's fine. What's your point? You got some enemies. Oh. So she's like some kind of incubator that can create witches. Or rumors. Or whatever they're called. I mm. Okay, that was actually kind of funny. I don't know, for some reason I really can't take this seriously right now. Maybe it's the reactions or something like that, or the way that they're going about this. Alright, fire hammer. Mm. Oh. Is she corrupting? Hmm. Oh, mommy? Somehow I feel like she's next. Wait. They know each other? What? What in the world is going on? What? No. Oh. Huh? Okay, now she's part of the cult apparently. Okay. I guess that's why a lot of the game players who are watching this are like, ah, we don't really care that much about mommy. That, that's literally it? Okay. her cup? So, have a set. Okay, you're a cat girl. Well, can't argue with that logic. Is she gonna get a, like, really cute one? Oh, is she actually going back to see family? Yeah. Check it out. Ooh. Looks like she comes from a pretty nice family. I think she already wished to be invisible, right? Okay, I actually like that scene a lot. The way that it was done. That was quite interesting. The visuals and stuff. I mean, you kind of brought that on yourself as well by wishing to be invisible, haven't you? But yeah, I get it, right? Yeah, this is a place you can call home, Sana. Yay! That is a nice way to integrate with people, right? Be needed. Wow, we got a lot left, so there has to be something after the ending here. So, I will see you guys right after this. Alrighty, let's watch the rest in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, are these two the big bosses? Or something? So is it trying to say that they're also a tight-knit, close group here as well? Okay. Interesting development. I don't know why that had to be done after the ending song. But okay. Well, see you guys after this. Alrighty, so let's talk about this episode, right? I think we can start with the fight first between Alina and all the other girls. Well, for one thing, I was really hoping that Alina was going to summon like a really strong and cool witch, and then this might become one of the first times where we see the 4 or 5 girls, them all using their capabilities and abilities together, sort of take down the big boss. You know, using their teamwork and using their sort of enhanced versions where they can have these sort of combos within them. But unfortunately, Mommy had to come and ruin the fun, right? Which by itself is also something that surprised me quite a bit, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. More back to the fights, though. I feel like, you know, watching up to now, it's been 10 episodes. There has been a distinct lack of urgency in the fights. I think it's very apparent if you, again, I don't want to keep on going around and saying, oh, the original series was like this and that, and then this series is like this and that, right? I'm sure that there are people who probably hold this series dearly, right? But I have to say that there is a sort of dissonance whenever we are entering a fighting scene. Like, there's just no it just doesn't have the feeling of, this is life and death, this is a very serious situation, etc., etc., right? Now, obviously, we all know what the witches will be capable of, we all know what the rumors will be capable of, we all know what will happen if they actually do not take care of themselves, but it's just the overall feel and tone of the series just doesn't really feel like any of these fights have any actual impact or consequences connected to them. Again, going back to the original series, very early on, the tone was already set, right, in the first few episodes. So after that, every single witch battle that we encountered, there was a sense of, hey, if this series is not shy about killing off characters and so on and so forth. So if you misstep, that next one could be you, right? So there was always this sort of lingering threat within all the fights, but in this series, not so much. And yeah, I don't know. If you're not pushing for that kind of angle where you're letting people be on edge or something, then at least you should aim to sort of dazzle people, right? But like I said, so that's why I was also really looking forward to Alina actually unleashing this big boss, so that we can actually see some really cool combos and really cool moves, right? But unfortunately, that was not the case. Speaking of Mami, though, so again, like I said within the episode, I can totally see why most people who are watching this series, especially those who come from the game, probably don't have that much to say about Mami, or she's not exactly a character to get excited for. I was kind of thinking that she might be the temporary antagonist of this series. I wasn't expecting her to literally just join the Wings of the Magius, right? But really, if you think about it, I guess it makes sense. She said it herself. If there truly were some kind of way to prevent magical girls from becoming a witch and whatnot, and in fact maybe eventually earning their salvation and not having to go through this endless cycle of fighting witches and eventually becoming a witch. No, I think that's something that Mami would definitely want to jump on, right? And in fact, I think even Homura, if she knew about all this, she might be wanting to investigate and see if this is actually true, right? In fact, I would even venture a guess to say she would be one of the first to sign up, because she's desperate for anything that could allow Madoka to avoid her fate. So if Homura actually knew of of this organization and whatnot, I don't really see a reason why she wouldn't jump on the opportunity to try and limit the effects of these magical girls and all the consequences that come with them. And we can clearly see that whatever their nefarious reasoning is at the very end there, it clearly works, right? These girls don't witchify, even though their souls have already been corrupted to the point of they should become a witch, and yet they can avoid that fate and continue on as a normal human being / magical girl. So of course there's probably still a catch, otherwise everybody would be joining the Wings and Magius, and then we wouldn't have a series, right? So I guess that's probably something that we'll see by the end of the series. Hopefully by the end of this series. I would hate for us to go through this entire thing and still not know in the very end what the Wings of the Magius are all about and why we shouldn't join them, because it sounds like it's a case where it sounds too good to be true, right? But if it is true, and if it is real, and there's no hidden terms and whatnot, then I don't see a reason why not to join them, right? Yeah. So that is that. And really, that came out of nowhere as well. Mami saying that she joined the Wings of the Magius, but I guess that was an interesting development. Sana, I don't really have much to comment on there. I do wish that they would have expanded on, not only her story, even though this arc is clearly Sana focused. The scene where they were sort of like, hey, let's all go out and buy a mug and then try to integrate her into this big family, into their group, right? That's the kind of thing that I feel I would like to see. I've always been a fan of the cute girls doing cute things genre, and a lot of times, you can even say that some of the best moments of these kinds of genres and these kinds of series is when they're really just having a good time with each other, right? That's something. It's a feel good thing, and people like to watch that, right? Now, obviously, that's not generally what the Madoka Magica series is all about, but then again, this is not exactly reminiscent of the original series, right? So they could totally go through a different kind of take on the situation. In fact, I would even venture a guess to say that probably within the game we get a lot of these kinds of things. Now, again, I haven't played the game before, but I think it would be logical from my experience from other mobile games that I play that we would get a lot more of this sort of daily life sort of stuff that really helps them form their relationship, forms the friendship, forms the bond with each other, and which will also be reflected as the story progresses on as well. So I get it. They're trying to cram a lot of stuff into 13 episodes. I'm already a little bit disappointed by how the story and pacing is going, because again, I feel like it does obviously seem rushed in a sort of way. There's some things that really I don't think because this is still Shaft, right? So it's not something that I would expect from Shaft. So I guess they are just trying to cram as much material as they can into 13 episodes, and so the pacing, the story wise, is suffering because of it, and it would make sense to even cut more of the, I guess, fluff out of here. But I do wish that we could have gone through that a little bit more, and that would also make the transition from Sana being this sort of shut-in into finally finding a group of people who can accept her, make that story all much more powerful, right? But yeah, that's it for this one. So, in the next one, I think we are going back. I mean, we finally got all 5 of them together, right? So we can finally continue on with searching for Iroha's sister, and perhaps even getting the big reveal, like who is behind the Wings and Magius and what they're actually trying to achieve. So there we go. This has been Magia Record episode 10. Your host Mavri. I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.